When we talk about development, I don't think we can forget corruption and the need for governance. I understand that you were a founder of the Partnership for Governance Reform. What is the status of reforms in Indonesia, particularly in government bureaucracies and in particular the military?
Well, there are some efforts started, yeah? And I think it's still a long fight to fight corruption in Indonesia. Yeah? But at least now there are so much more public control, yeah, from civil society and from the media, yeah, compared to 5-10 years ago. Yeah? 5-10 years ago, you see that it's only at Jakarta level is there anti-corruption campaign where yeah, if you compare to 5-10 years ago, yeah, it's only in Jakarta and some big cities that you have anti-corruption campaigns. Now it's all over. Media are opening up, yeah, corruption cases, yeah, and now the task is just to push government to be more bold and decisive in the law enforcement. The openness of the press and increasing civil society pressure is, I think, the good thing. I understand that the new government have strong commitments, yeah, to eradicate corruption, but we still need to see. They're so new, 3 months. Regarding the military reform, yeah, I think we have started to do that since year 2000, yeah, in getting more of their power to the police, yeah. In some area better, in some area it's still not that smooth, this transition between the military to the police. Yeah? And then the police, we still need to develop their capacity to be a civilian security force than what they were trained before as a military security force. Yeah, so this the Partnership for Governance Reform has supported lots of police reform, yeah, to be able to do this. Yeah. I think now the other sensitive and tricky is to get the military out of business. Yeah, and this is quite tricky, but some group are trying to do that.
What do you mean by tricky?
Because it has been done in a very non-transparent way. Yeah, information regarding corruption caused by military-linked business, yeah, is not much known. Yeah, documents are not much available. Yeah, people know about it, people feel about it, but cannot pinpoint that. Yeah, and that's why it's then more difficult. Yeah? But I think at least within the military community, they have realized this problem and are trying to solve that.
What about corruption among the judiciary?
That is also one area that is more discussed openly to overcome that, to replace that, the judges as well as also do some training of a special team of judges that are focusing on anti-corruption cases. Yeah, I think with the Supreme Court also several efforts to that direction is done, and also to improve the quality of the legal and judicial system. And that's why you see that now the legal system is more daring to punish people that previously could not be punished, like politicians, governors, parliament members, head of districts. Yeah. So there, I think we are slowly progressing.
I'd like to go to ask you a little bit about your background. You almost all of your adult life was spent fighting the establishment, the repressive establishment. You were an activist through and through. You've, I think, put that aside. You've become, in fact, part of the establishment. Are you optimistic that this MDG, of which you are now having to spread the word of, will bring change and improve lives?
Well, if I'm not optimistic, I won't take this job. Yeah, I think this is an opportunity that I have to grab, that everybody have to grab. Yeah, while there is this strong commitment. Yeah, and we have to strike while it's hot. We have to use all opportunities, all summits, all agreements between international agreements to hit hard on MDGs, to the achievement of MDGs. Yeah? Even, for instance, the tsunami devastation. Yeah? I see that as an MDG case because Aceh, on its own, yeah, could never, I mean, not on its own, Aceh, before the tsunami, could never achieve the MDGs in 2015, yeah, because they are so behind with the conflict, with the poverty there. Now, after the tsunami, I'm campaigning and I'm really advocating, yeah, for all recovery and reconstruction work of Aceh to the condition much better than before the tsunami, so that they can achieve their MDGs. Yeah? And I was talking to the CGI leaders, stressing that. Yeah? And I think everybody cannot agree more. Yeah? The suffering of the Acehnese, yeah, have to be rewarded, yeah, with reconstruction that gave them a much better life, yeah, and also and this experience should also enable other disaster-stricken areas in Indonesia or conflict area, as well as underdeveloped areas of Indonesia, to benefit, yeah, from then the spirit of rehabilitation and reconstruction, so that they also can achieve their MDGs. Yeah? Because I don't have no worry with the island of Java or Sulawesi or Kalimantan, yeah, or the rest of Sumatra to be able to achieve the MDGs. And this is also with other parts of Asia Pacific. Yeah? All the countries that I travel, yeah? I always try to not just talk to governments, yeah, but also civil society. Here, my background as a former activist is very useful, because then I can give them also recognition. None of the goals are done only by governments. Yeah? There are always public efforts there.
You started out your career as an activist, and now you're an official. How do you put the two together in your current job?
Well, I think my colleagues in New York also think that this is exactly an asset that I have to capitalize, because no goals are being done by governments alone. Yeah? In poverty, education, health, AIDS, you have so many civil society efforts, university, based women's group that are doing something about that. And I need to bridge government and non-government alike to work better, closer together, as well as bridging developed and developing countries, national governments and local governments. Yeah? So nobody is irrelevant in achieving the MDGs, and everybody have been participating one way or another in the achievement or one goal or another. So I'm doing a lot of bridging NGOs, civil society with governments.
Seems like you're still an activist at heart. On that note, Ms. Witoelar, I'd like to thank you for being with us.